Hey everyone, how are you all doing? Uh, I decided I'd make an update on how I'm doing at the moment, and a few things I've got planned for the future. Not even regarding my condition, but something we're going to do. Um, Somebody actually contacted me recently, and through a Skype call, and he's been contacting other people with NDPH and trying to help them. And he contacted me the other day, and we've decided to do a live stream. Well, it won't be a live stream; it'll be a Skype call. We'll record it, we'll upload it to well, he might send it to me or I might send it to him, but we'll upload to my YouTube channel, and we'll be discussing NDPH, the causes of it. Um, there'll be like a prepared statement at the start from him. Um, I really don't have anything prepared in that vein, but I will have like my medical records for you all to see. There will be there won't be a live chat or anything like that, but we'll talk about it. And I'm just letting you all know that this will be uploaded within the next 2 days. I would imagine we're going to do the interview tomorrow, so it'll be likely uploaded by tomorrow evening, wherever, So it's 1 o'clock tomorrow. I'll be doing the interview at that's Irish time, and it'll probably be up that late that night, late tomorrow night, Wednesday night. Um, so what else was I going to say? Um, oh yeah, about the dry fasting. I've, will be honest, I've been completely ill-disciplined and lazy, frankly. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to upload anything related to dry fasting until I'm at least 5 days into it. At this point, if I get a continuous 5 day streak of dry fasting or water fasting, depending on which is more effective at any given time, I will upload those results and that weight loss, and I'll tell everyone how everyone's doing. And some people have actually contacted me saying they've done water fasts before in the past, so that was really interesting. And I like to thank people. I've got people contacted me from Iceland, from Poland, from New Zealand, and it's been great. So I'm really glad that you've all decided to talk to me, and I'm really sorry I haven't been posting results. Like, I'm sure maybe a lot of you were hanging on. You were. And oh, James, how's things? That's my uncle. It shows you how local this place is. That's the view down there. You see that? Now, if you're skeptical of Corona, look at that. Blue sky. But I have to say, I think that the one common thing about NDPH is that I think this is the best way to sum it up. It's that you rarely look as bad as you feel, um, because that's the nature of it, and that's the hardest part, I would say. Um, you know, I will say something. This is something related to COVID-19. If you've had this for many years, you've kind of like it's almost like you're trained for this. You're ready for this. You're brave already. Um, so let's say you don't wear a mask into a store, or you don't do that. It's almost like you've been flinging yourself through your day every day for years on end, and nothing seems nothing so much nothing bothers you, but like you just don't you just don't care. You'll just discard the mask, or you'll just it's one more like thing in the way of living. It's another form of, like, it's claustrophobic. It's whatever. It's You feel like you've no control of your life, then you're acquiescing even more control to somebody or something. Um, so I know people have their own views on it, but you know, maybe I'll leave that to another video. I kind of want to talk about this just in relation to your psychological health, but I really can't do it without telling you my actual views on COVID, and they're fairly elaborate, but they're not without evidence, and they're not without reason. Um, you know, we've all become health detectives on this. I won't even call it a journey. It's more of a death march. Journeys tend to have ends, and journeys tend to be somewhat enjoyable along the way. This isn't a journey. Um, it's an ordeal, and you just cope with it every day, and you do your best. And it's a beautiful day. Like, it's look around. It's like heaven. You know what I mean? Like, just look at that. Like, but you just know like you're only experiencing 10% of it. You could enjoy this so much more. This flat feeling never goes away. You know, heat actually does, like, I don't know, like, we've recently got double glazed windows installed in our house, and I just feel clammy and sweaty all the time. And I don't know, is it like, possibly, I know it's the headache that's bothering me. The heat doesn't bother me, but it's the fact the headache and the heat together. I wouldn't say it makes it worse, I just feel more nauseous or less able to cope than I would have before. But I'm coping pretty well, like, nobody can actually notice I'm suffering from the heat, like, so, you know, I'm up here on the top of a mountain, so it's nice and breezy. But yeah, you rarely look as bad as you feel. That's probably the most common, that's the most accurate way to describe the way we live, I find, you know. So yeah, what else was I going to say? If you're going to do water fasting, do it using the snake juice method. A guy contacted me there recently. I think it was a guy. I think it was a lady. I take it was a lady because of the email username. And she said that she actually did it before in the past. She's had this for like 17 years, this lady, NDPH, and she says like she did a 20-day water fast at one point. She believes she may have suffered some sort of organ damage, which is possible. I'm not saying it's not, but my fear is to her, and I don't know if you're watching this video, maybe you know, Cole Robinson says that like doing water fasting without adding salts to your water every day, drinking what he calls snake juice, I'm sure it's had many different names in the past, that that's what causes your body to shut down. The electrolytes are needed to actually keep your body running. I've seen people actually do water fast for 40 days. I've seen testimonials online, and the amount of weight you do lose is incredible, and you basically look like a different person afterwards. So it's just that's my disclaimer. I'm not a doctor, but then we're all doctors in this, and I'll be damned if I'm going back to, you know, taking their word for word everything, you know. So yeah, I'm sure there's something I'm going to say now, and I'm going to forget it. Yeah. I was about to say, sometimes I don't respond to all the emails. I read them on the day, and I will read them, and I will listen to them, and I'll agree, and I'll be nodding my head, you know. It's all correct. But then I won't respond for a day or two. It's not that I don't like responding. It's just a lot of the times I respond back with the same thing to different people, and sometimes I feel a bit samey, and I kind of want to change it up. And obviously, every person I reply to is getting a different version of what I'm not sending out the same thing to everybody. I'm treating everybody as a one-to-one individual, you know, as talking to them, but what their specific problem and the little variations in it. But yeah, like I you know, part of it is also I don't want to like feel like I'm actually I don't want to make you feel like to make a victim out of you, because I sometimes feel when I'm writing the emails, I feel like it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. If I keep justifying it like to myself, I'll just keep feeling bad forever. you know what I mean? Like I don't want to see myself as sick, but I suppose I am. You know, it's yeah. There was one lady that contacted me from New Zealand. She's my age, and she talked about how it almost feels like your whole adulthood has been robbed from you. And in essence, it has been. You know, like there's a parallel life that you could be living out there, and yet you're not living it. And you know, like if this had happened like to you in a tribe or in a cave in 10,000 years ago, people would have probably thought that you were like a curse had been put on you or something. So a part of me is thinking like, well, we're lucky to live in this time where we can actually talk about it, and we're able to like share information about it, like this obscure thing, because you know we would have probably ostracized from the tribe back then. Well, actually, we probably wouldn't have been. Nobody would have probably noticed that we were suffering. At least some of us, anyway, that don't have it as bad. Um, but it's it's yeah, you're always aware you could do more, and it never feels like you're. Like the thing is, the question is, do you live a good life in spite of it, even though you can't enjoy it? Do you do things that you would know you would have done, but now can't enjoy them really? Do you do them anyway now in spite of it, knowing that the juice is not worth the squeeze? Like that's the question I do ask myself, and because I ask myself every day, and I know I haven't worked for years, and I do look back into my early part of my 20s and think I should have just ploughed through and got work experience. I should have done this and I should have done that. But then you think to yourself, what would the average person have done? You think to yourself, well, the average person wouldn't have done any of that, and they would have just given up like everybody else who has this. But then you think like, yeah, but you're not the average person. You're like, you don't have to be a statistic, and that's partly also my view too, that you have to, you've resigned to having it, but you're not resigned to not fighting despite it. You fight anyway, knowing it might be a failure. You might lose. You might be guaranteed to lose. But the fight, sort of the struggle, has to become like the reason to live itself. And maybe, just maybe, there's a chance that things will be better then. So you're just resigned to. You're resigned not fighting it. Yeah, resigned. You're resigned to not fighting it. Yeah, that's it. You kind of have to spit in the face of it. And I don't really believe the whole thing about counsellors saying, well, if you hate the pain and if you grow to love it, it'll become part of you, and it'll suddenly disappear. And I'm like, I've been loving it in spite of it, like last 8-9 years. Hasn't really gone away, has it now, son? Like when you fall asleep in the middle of the day for 4 hours for no reason, and you just woken up maybe 3 hours beforehand, is that really like, let's get real here, and I'm not trying to put down people who have like who believe in a mind-body connection. I'm not. I know it can have an effect, but to people who are genuinely ill, I mean, not genuine, of course everyone's genuinely ill, but are genuinely, it had like a physical start, it becomes almost, the funny thing is, I'm kind of like I would be probably considered by most people an airy-fairy guy for the topics I'd be into, but when I hear like that it's, oh, it's like your mind creating it, I nearly blow a gasket. I'm there holding my tongue. Yeah, I've addressed a lot of things in this video, and I've gone off on about 5 tangents at this point. So yeah, we'll finish this up at 15 minutes. We'll oh, somebody left a lighter on the table here. Just noticed that. So yeah, there's a plane in the sky. They're finally flying again. Yeah. Let's have a look around, actually. You can see for yourself what the countryside's like. Okay. Yeah. Okay, gentlemen. Okay, ladies. It was lovely talking to you, and I'm glad I made this update because it was needed. I decided to keep up some of the old videos regarding dry fasting. My failed attempts, the ones I said like day zero I'm starting. I kept them up just so I let people could comment, and they could share or talk amongst each other if that's what they so wish. Um, so yeah, uh, keep struggling, keep coping, keep won't say keep living, but just keep going. And yeah, I'll make the next video will be up in probably tomorrow night. So yeah, I will see you then. Thanks for watching.